Hey guys, welcome back. I got this bandsaw about a year ago or so. It's quite an old machine and I've been struggling to cut with it. So this blade needs to be guided to keep it straight, and my guides aren't doing that. So we're going to fix that today. In here you have two guides to stop the blade being able to twist either way. This is one of those guides, and then down below it's a similar story. We've got one guide on the right up here, but there's no guide on the left, so we need to replace these guides. So you can see here as I'm cutting the wood, as I push the wood and try to do a curved cut, the blade can just twist however it wants, and that really limits how much control you have when you're cutting curves on the bandsaw. The other issue is that when I'm trying to do a straight cut using the fence, there's nothing to guide the blade properly, so it's easy for the blade to wander and go offline. So I'd been watching another YouTube channel, Matthias Wandel, I believe is the right pronunciation, and I'll leave a link to his video that explains how he's made his own guide blocks, and that's where I was inspired for how to fix this problem. The wood is Penga, which is just a random one I came across. Any exotic hardwood with a high oil content would work, and you can find that kind of information on Google. So I'm very much making this up as I go along, but I know I'm going to need a guide about that long. Wow, that smells very weird. It's gone completely black. So one thing I've just realised is I've just made it a lot harder to quarter this. Good. That looks good. So now we pretty much have 4 new guide blocks. Yeah, that doesn't quite work. So I'm thinking I could try and do something like this on the back of that. So say if that's chopped off there, I end up with a thinner piece at the back so that I can fit it in here, which should work. I just need to figure out how I want to cut that. Okay, 2 guides. Let's see if we can get them in here. Wow, that's 2 guides in there. Now we've got the lower blade guide here. Get rid of that dust. You're going to need 2 blocks the same size as that to go, one up here and one across there. I'm going to need to make some space. There we go. So they're the two guides that the blade will run through. Tiny bit of movement so it's not actually rubbing. So the blade will cut without touching that rear bearing unless there's pressure applied, and then it spins the bearing. So we've got new guides at the top, new guides at the bottom. Yeah, I've got way more control. You can feel the blade is going where I tell it rather than where it wants to, which is awesome. Cool. So, working bandsaw with guides. Who'd have thought? I'm quite surprised that it seems to have gone quite well. After maybe an hour or two's work, I've got a perfectly functioning bandsaw now, and I'm really glad I didn't just buy the guides, because I've made these guides out of a block of wood, which is so satisfying. We'll leave it there. The next video is going to be some small project that I actually make with the bandsaw, so stay tuned and we'll find out what that is.